Minister of Housing, Construction and Engineering Services Vimal Veeravansa says that residents facing a threat from the garbage dump in Mithotamulla, Kolonnawa should vacate the area within a week. The minister stated that the Colombo Municipal Council will provide funds for them to rent out houses.
A meeting was held at the Kolonnawa Divisional Secretariat today to create awareness in this regard. We cannot ignore you at this point, stating that you are illegal settlers. The Mayor has agreed to provide you with a monthly payment of 10,000 rupees for 2 years from the Colombo Municipal Council in order to rent alternate houses. We will give you a 3 months advance upfront. We have been informed that the Secretary of Defence will take steps through the Urban Development Authority to provide you with permanent houses within 2 years. You should do us one favour, that is to vacate this area within a week. The Defence Secretary has been advised to demolish these houses in a week's time and create a safe environment.
පොලිසිය මගින් සතිය ඉක්ුත් වෙනකොට මේ නිවාස සියල්ල ඉවත් කරලා එතන ආරක්ෂිත පරිසරයක් හදන්න කියලා. මෙතන තියෙන අන්තරාය තියෙන. The danger here is that we don't know when this will collapse. If it does, there will be a disaster. This is what we want to prevent. අපිට අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ. A group of residents that participated in the meeting objected to this decision. ඉන්න පුළුවන් කියලා මේක කඩාවැටලා අනුතුරක් වුණොත් මොකද කරන්නේ? කවුද ජීවිතවලවත් කියන්නේ? මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ ඊට පස්සේ? මේකේ භයානකමක් විද්‍යාඥයෝ ඕගොල්ලෝ භූවිද්‍යාඥයෝ නෙමෙයි. ඔයාලා භූවිද්‍යාඥයෝ නෙමෙයි. කුලයට යන්න අපිට හරියට අපිට කිසිමක් දෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඔයාලා ඔය චෝදනා කරනවා මේකට ඕන තරම් මහන්සි වුණා. ඔයාලා
cannot vacate within 1 week. We are asking them to provide us with a permanent solution before asking us to leave. I will leave if they give us a written guarantee that we will be given houses.
A number of houses were damaged recently when a part of the garbage dump in Mithotamulla, Kolonnawa collapsed. Some of the students at the Tissapura Mahavidyalaya in Malwatta who received a school holiday as a result of a herd of elephants invading the school premises 3 hours prior to the school being opened stayed back to witness the elephants being chased off. However, wildlife officers and the police decided to postpone the chasing away of the elephants to when dusk had settled. There are 8 grown elephants in this herd which invaded the school, which is located on a 10-acre plot of land in the Ampara Wildlife Reserve. The fact that these elephants which invaded this area that includes settlements were allowed to stay on gives a hint as to the risk that the people in this area are facing. For a while now, a majority of the land that comprises the Anuradhapura district has been facing the threat of wild elephant incursions. At the monthly District Development Coordination Committee meeting, a considerable amount of time is allocated for finding a solution to the human-elephant conflict. The futility of these discussions becomes evident when considering that elephant incursions at Tissapura Mahavidyalaya have remained unresolved for the past 2 years. The Wildlife Office has concluded that this herd of elephants arrived in Tissapura from the Buddangala Reserve. The electric fence erected in 2008, which divides the reserve from the settlements and farms, have been inactive since 2010. This is because plots of land belonging to the Forest Conservation and Irrigation Departments have also been distributed.
කුඹුරු කරනවා කියලා අපි ස්ටේට්මන්ට් එකක් දෙනවා. හැබැයි ඒවට මේ ස්වර්ණ භූමි ඔප්පුත් දීලා තියෙනවා. ඒවත් දීලා තියෙන ආණ්ඩුවේ.
This revelation makes the complexity of the problem all the more clear. Won't the failure to appoint a Director General for the Wildlife Department further add to the complexity of the human-elephant conflict? Secretary to the President, this one is over to you.
Wild elephants pose a threat to the Dematamal Palassa and Samanabad, villages in Ampara. According to the Assistant Wildlife Director for the Eastern Province, the electric fence is maintained properly. Construction of the last 2 kilometers of the 9-kilometer stretch of electric fence is yet to be completed. When will a solution be given to the wild elephant threat in Ampara?
Moving on to some news from the courts, public interest activist Nihal Sri Amarasekara filed a petition in the Supreme Court this morning seeking a review and re-examination by a fuller bench of the Supreme Court's special determination on the expropriation bill last year. Now, Amarasekara has sought a declaration that the special determination on the 24th of October 2011 to be ab initio null and void and of no force or avail in law.
In his petition, Amarasekara has cited circumstances of perceived judicial bias and disqualification in relation to the special determination of 24th October 2011 on the expropriation bill, which had been made ultra vires Article 123 of the Constitution and without the Supreme Court having any jurisdiction. Amarasekara has asserted, quote, the instant case stands out to be a phenomenal catastrophic situation, thereby warranting and necessitating an extraordinary precedent-setting remedy, which not only will rectify the instant patent constitutional violation, but also stop such legislation under the guise of an urgent bill from ever being attempted to be enacted in the future, alienating the sovereignty of the people, which is inalienable, unquote.
The complaint regarding the alleged abduction of Frontline Socialist Party members Lalit Kumar Veeraraj and Kugan Muruganandan was taken up before Jaffna Magistrate P. Sivakumar today.
The complaint regarding the disappearance of Lalit and Kugan is being heard in the Jaffna Magistrates Court after it was referred there by the Court of Appeal. Executive Committee member of the We Are Sri Lankans organisation, Udul Premaratna, gave evidence before the Jaffna Magistrate today. Army Commander Lieutenant General Jagat Jayasuriya, Jaffna Commanding Officer Major General Mahinda Hatrusingha, Inspector General of Police N.K. Langakon, the OIC of the Achuveli Police and the Attorney General have been named as respondents. The complaint states that Lalit Kumar Veeraraj and Kugan Muruganandan were abducted on the 9th of December 2011 while they were travelling on a motorbike. The magistrate who took note of the submissions postponed further hearings to the 13th of December. The United States Assistant Secretary of State for South and Central Asian Affairs, Robert Blake, says that there will be no change of policy towards Sri Lanka if there is a change of government at the November 6th US presidential election. Now, he made this comment exclusively to News First Shamir Rasuldin, who is in New York.
Mr. Blake, the presidential elections of the United States government is going to be held on the 6th of November. If there is a change of government, will there be a change of policy in the subcontinent, especially for a country like Sri Lanka?
I think that in terms of our policy in Sri Lanka, that tends to be quite bipartisan. I wouldn't, even if Mr. Romney were to be elected, I wouldn't expect there to be major changes in that regard, because most of our policies in places like Sri Lanka are based on our values and our interests, and those are not going to change from administration to administration.
Will there be any sudden shift, or will there be a change of policy drastically for the Middle Eastern region if Governor Romney comes into power?
Again, I don't want to speculate about that. I just don't know. I mean, and it'll be up to Governor Romney, if he's elected, to articulate what his policy is and to choose the new Secretary of State and so forth. And it's not for me to speculate. We are career diplomats, and we loyally support whoever our elected president is.
News here at home. A demonstration was held opposite the fish market in the Galle town centre, urging for the removal of unauthorised fish stalls.
A group of traders at the Galle fish market engaged in this protest. Owing to this protest, traffic on the Galle-Mathura main road was disrupted. The demonstrators noted that owing to the unauthorized fish stalls down Fort Scouts Mawatha and Samudra Mawatha in Galle, they were losing out on business. We have to pay the taxes on time to the municipal council. We can only earn around 3,000 or 4,000 per day by selling fish. After we pay off the bills and taxes, everything is gone. What we are asking is for the authorities to put a stop to the sale of fish at the Jakotu and Ratgama beach fronts. There are 20 fish stalls in the fish market complex. Only 6 or 8 of those outlets have been rented out by the traders. All the other stalls are closed. Some are engaged in unauthorized trade without purchasing a stall at the complex. I admit that this has caused a great injustice. This has to be stopped. Fish can only be sold within the fish market complex in Galle. Meanwhile, 2 more individuals who were suspected to have assisted in bringing back the boat used to attack a group of fishermen on board the multi-day fishing vessel Tejan off the Kudavalla coast have been arrested. The police media unit stated that 4 arrests have been made so far in connection to the incident. The owner of the boat used in the attack was arrested yesterday during a special operation. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka's High Commissioner to Australia, Rear Admiral Tissara Samarasinghe, noted that the Australian government and its immigration and immigration units have been altered to take action if the hijacked multi-day fishing vessel reaches Australia. He noted that over 5,000 Sri Lankans have illegally made it to Australia over the past 9 months.
Well, in business news tonight, trading at the Colombo Stock Exchange showed some positive sentiment today.
At the close of trading, the all-share price index increased by 0.7%, while the more liquid Milanka price index rose by 1.47%. The all-share price index gained 38.92 points over the previous close, while the Milanka price index gained 74.39 points. Total turnover was 621 million rupees.
A book titled Gaily Walking Along the Silk Road was launched today. Veteran presenter and writer Saman Athauda is the author of the book.
A cross-section of society, including many politicians, were present at the launch of the book. Irvin Virakodi expressed his views at the event.
Saman Athauda hitti Paugia
Saman Athauda Etti has travelled with the opposition leader to every nook and corner of the country for over 30 to 35 years. I requested him to write a book on his travel experiences during these past 35 years. But someone might have thought as to why he should do this in a hurry. He may have thought that since our opposition leader has been destined to hold positions for long periods of time, he need not hurry.
Sonduru Sadisara Hanamachelu Saman Tame Pota Samar Vita Sonduru Sadisara Haramitia de Gela Namakti and
Starting off with some cricket news, Jahan Mubarak has been named as captain of the Sri Lanka cricket team for the Hong Kong Cricket Sixers. Now, Sri Lanka Cricket announced that the sports minister had approved the team.
The other members of the Sri Lanka team are Kaushal Lakwarachi, Chamara Kapugadira, Kosala Kulasekara, Sachit Patirana, Ramit Rambukwala and Kusal Janit. Hong Kong Cricket Sixers will begin on the 25th and will end on the 29th of this month. 8 teams will compete in the tournament in 2 groups. Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan and the Netherlands will compete in 1 group.
The 60th National Badminton Championship commenced at the Badminton headquarters in Colombo today. The tournament will go on for 4 days.
Around 200 players will participate in this year's championship. The main events will be the women's singles, men's singles and mixed doubles. 32 players in the men's category will participate in the championship. Niluka Karunaratne, who won last year's tournament, will also participate this year. 27 players will participate in the women's category. Archani Ratnasari, who won the championship last year, Tilini Jayasinghe, who represented the Sri Lankan Olympic team twice, and Nupuli Samantika will not participate in this edition of the tournament. The Sri Lankan Badminton Association stated that Archani Ratnasari will not be participating in the tournament as she was not up to the required fitness level, while Tilini Jayasinghe will not participate as her application was submitted after the closing date.
Well, that's a look at your primetime news bulletin. Remember, you can read up on any of the stories that we had tonight by logging on to our website www.newsfirst.lk. You can also follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook and catch any bulletins that you missed via our YouTube channel. For primetime news, I'm Nadim Majid.
And I'm Sonali Wanikabadage. Good night.
Good night.